There we go. Good punch. So that does it for Pittsburgh Steelers Day 5 of OTAs. And they have one more day left of OTAs until it's over. And then we head into mandatory minicamp and training camp as well. So the Pittsburgh Steelers in this practice, what you basically see is Will Howard, Mason Rudolph throwing the ball to these wide receivers, to Roman Wilson and some others. And Will Howard, he just went through the gauntlet of quarterback drills. You see him going through the motions of his reads and things of that nature, and he looks pretty solid. It's obviously hard to tell if he'll be a great quarterback just based off practice, but this is where all the little things start for him, and it's great to see a 6th round draft pick get going. So Will Howard, he is kind of the focus of Pittsburgh Steelers fans through this entire process. Because if he could end up being a franchise quarterback, then that'll be leading to really great things for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you can see why there's a focus on him. Obviously, there's a focus as well on Roman Wilson, and the first time he went through the rep of catching the ball on the sideline, he wasn't able to get 2 feet in bounds, so he did it again. So just going through the process of remembering, you have to get 2 feet in bounds. It's not college no more. He didn't play basically his entire rookie season, so he didn't really get that practice. But it's not college no more. It's not just 1 foot, it's both feet down. So Roman Wilson, there's a focus on him as well, because he was a 3rd round pick. He missed basically the entire season, and we want to see if he could get to being a top playmaker for the Steelers this season. So we also see Darnell Washington going through some reps, and he just looks like an absolute monster out there. And he should have a bigger role this season as well, unless the Steelers end up trading for Jonnu Smith, which is in the rumors. Because Donald Parman Jr., he got injured, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video, but he will be out for the entire season after acquiring him in free agency. So Darnell Washington, he needs to step up big time, and his role will get major because he needs to be the blocking tight end. He needs to do some things in the middle field, catching the ball as well. So there's a focus on him going into this season unless Jonnu Smith comes here. So one last thing for this video, in which you've seen from the drills, is just some fun drills. The running backs going through these drills of kind of making the running back difficult to catch the ball. These running backs are still top talented players in the NFL, so they're catching either way, but it's just a fun little drill that Eddie Faulkner puts the running backs through. It seems like Eddie Faulkner always has some creative drills and new drills for the running backs each day. So this is just a fun little bit here. So now let's talk about some updates for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because yesterday it was reported by Adam Schefter that Donald Parham Jr. tore his Achilles and he will miss the remainder of the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's like a 6'7" tight end, someone who is supposed to be a major piece for the Steelers tight end room, and a blocking tight end, a pass catching tight end. He was supposed to help the Pittsburgh Steelers and kind of be that third tight end on the team. But he got injured, he'll miss the entire season, and his free agent addition basically goes down the drain because he won't be a part of this team. And we heard the rumors about Jonnu Smith coming here to the Pittsburgh Steelers a week ago, and it was put to rest. Those rumors were put down. Adam Schefter said that's not ongoing anymore. Well, only like 4 hours after that happened, this injury happened. And then Adam Schefter said those talks are back on for Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith of the Miami Dolphins, the Pittsburgh Steelers re-engaged with him and the Dolphins about trading for him. And I went through a whole video on this, but Jonnu Smith is a player who's with Arthur Smith with the Tennessee Titans. He was with Arthur Smith with Atlanta Falcons, and it just seems as though he's a perfect fit for Arthur Smith, and Arthur Smith really likes him because now he's interested in him once again, and it's with the Pittsburgh Steelers this time. So Jonnu Smith just had a career year with the Miami Dolphins, and he put up some great yardage, great touchdowns. He is 31 years old, however, so you don't want to give up too much draft capital. He is in the final year of his contract. He wants a new contract. That's why all these rumors are going along with him. So you don't want to give up too much for him, but if you could get him at the right price, sure. But I would much rather have added a wide receiver than add another tight end to this team. Because even though a player in Donald Parham Jr. got injured and he went down, Steelers still have a stacked tight end room. So you don't really need an extra tight end, especially if you're giving up a huge draft capital or just kind of assets to get him. It just doesn't make sense. I'd much rather use that on a wide receiver. But the Steelers are going to do what the Steelers are going to do. If they feel they need him, they're going to add him to the team. But anyway, that's your update there. But it sucks for Donald Parham Jr. He's just getting back into the NFL, back into the thick of it. And he found a team in the Steelers, a team that could really use him. But he got injured, will miss the entire season. And Darnell Washington spoke about it, basically saying he learned a lot from Donald Parham Jr. in his short time with the team thus far, because he is a guy who matches him in size, both being 6'7", being huge guys. So he's able to learn a lot from him in a short time and how to use his size to his advantage. So it sucks that Parham Jr. went down with injury, but best to him in his recovery, and hopefully he's back next season better than ever. So that's your little update there with the Pittsburgh Steelers roster, Steelers OTAs. I'll make a separate video because there is a player the Pittsburgh Steelers are bringing in a visit at wide receiver, and he can be a real addition to this team and really help this team. So I'll talk more about that in a different video, that player, and also talk more about Parham, talk more about Jonnu Smith, so stay tuned for all of that. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, highlights, and analysis reports like this video. These highlights at OTAs, I'm covering all. Minicamp as well, training camp as we roll along in the offseason. So stay tuned for everything Pittsburgh Steelers football. Like and subscribe with notifications on, and also comment down below your thoughts on today's highlights. Who stood out? Who are you most excited for this upcoming season? And your thoughts on the injuries, the potential trade, and everything surrounding this team. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. But until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.